Are you ready to take the challenge? My name is Josh Pather, American business entrepreneur. I'm going to be taking Phillip Cunningham from 0 to 100,000 in revenue with a brand new photo booth business. Everything has changed in business since the last photo booth boss. So we're doing it all over again. We're starting from 0. Are you ready to accept the challenge? Are you ready to blow up your business? Are you ready to change your life? Are you ready to create your legacy? I show you beautiful places like this to inspire you, to show you what's possible when you start your business. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to work hard? The clock doesn't start till 5 p.m. You have to commit. You have to be ready to take action. But if you want to take it to the next level, we invite you on the journey. Welcome to Photo Booth Boss Season 2, Veterans Edition. To Photo Booth Boss. Here we are with Mr. Phillip Cunningham. What's up, brother?
Hey, good to see you, man.
We're back here in the studio, guys. Sticky Paws Studio in Las Vegas. Come check them out. They're always taking care of us here. So we got a great episode for you. We're going to be talking about team building and scaling your business. Phillip's at that point now where he's like getting double booked. He's bought more booths from us, right? How many booths do you have now?
Well, I had 4. Now I'm back to 3. I'll tell you why in a minute.
Oh, I like that. They're setting hooks already. Open loops, guys. We got to stay to the end. Okay. So, so thanks for coming back, supporting us. You know, we're taking care of Phillip here. Guys, you want to get started with your business, hit us up and follow along the journey here. We're going to 100,000, but as what we're seeing right now, we may have to go to 1 million.
Man,
we may have to go to 1 million.
I'm for it.
Yeah, 100 maybe. It's too small. It's too small, you know. 1 million's the new 100, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, all right. So we're going to be talking about scaling. And so Phillip's business is blowing up now. Congratulations, putting in the hard work and getting more events and being patient while we work through that first couple of, you know, getting the ads going, you know, because it's scary, right? Like business was slow. And Josh is like, bro, crank the ads up. Let's go. You know, like,
that took a lot of. I think that took a little bit of faith.
Yeah.
Because I knew you were guiding me, and I felt like I was going to be taken care of.
Yeah.
Because like it's difficult when someone's telling you to put money out on ads,
your own money,
and your own money out on ads,
and it's not, and you know, like times were a little bit rough at that time.
Yeah.
You know, it was a little bit rough, but you still had to do it, you know what I mean? Yeah. But you got to advertise. But to tell you the truth, you know, I showed you like my screenshot, how much I've spent personally my own money right on ads. And so, you know, once again, we don't talk theories here. Everything that I'm telling you to do, I've done it in my business or I'm doing it currently in my business, okay? And that's the difference between all the other people in the industry, right? We spend our own money here. We spend millions of dollars on ads, you know what I mean? And so I'm giving Phillip the shortcut. And you guys are getting the shortcut too, but you need to join the Photo Booth Business Club to get the actual information. But we're covering a lot of that on here. So ads are going good. We're going to be talking about that in another episode. So make sure to stay tuned. Let us know where you're watching from. Okay, comment down below. Let us know where you tuned in from. We'd love to see it. If you guys share this with the veterans as well.
Yeah.
You know, share this with other veterans. You know, there's people maybe getting out of the military or different parts and looking for an opportunity, right? And, you know, Phillip, tell us a little bit about that, man.
So this is really personal for me because, you know, one of the things that I personally suffer with is that, you know, I had experiences in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like in my line of work, I'm a nurse,
Yeah.
you know, and sometimes, though, I have flashbacks from that, you know, I'm triggered by that.
Yeah.
And it's gotten to the point where like I had to step away from nursing, even though I love to care for people. I love taking care of people. I love helping people. But it just I was in a bad spot, in a bad place.
Yeah. And
you know, it took a while for me to accept that, and it took a while for me to work through that, and I'm still working through that.
Yeah.
You know, don't tell anybody. Yeah. But you know, I like this because it gives me a way a way to support myself, to grow opportunities for my family.
Yeah.
In a way that is something that I can personally handle, and it doesn't trigger some of the bad experiences I've had.
Must have been tough for you. So congratulations on getting through that, and then taking the steps to start your own business. Mm-hmm. The other day you posted a picture with your wife. She's always supporting you at events. Talk to us. Tell us how proud she is of you.
Oh, she's over the moon. Yeah. She's really, really proud because she's seen me try things, fail at things, try things, fail at things. And she's seen me come to her with this crazy idea of getting a photo booth. Like I saw this guy with like this spiky hair on and like a goatee on face on YouTube, and he had a video about starting a photo booth company. And babe, I think we should do it. And
wait, was that me or someone?
Yeah.
Goatee?
You've got so many videos and pictures and stuff I had
a lot of haircuts.
Literally, like you've had like a whole array of hairstyles. You could probably make a video or a post or a meme of just your different hairstyles.
That's funny.
Year.
I'm gonna do that.
But yes, like from day one, like that's the thing I love about my wife is that like she is literally like if you look up ride or die in the dictionary, that's her picture.
Yeah.
She supports everything I do because she knows I have the best interest for our family at heart.
Yeah.
And she's my rock.
Yeah.
So
well, congratulations on that. It's important to be on the same page. A lot of people are not, you know what I mean? And it just makes everything harder. You start a new business and like, oh, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? You can't have that in the background. Everybody got to be on the same page, rowing in the same direction.
Yeah.
And you can see, man, like, your energy is not spent having those type of discussions, right? You can focus on, hey, how do we get the ads up? How do we get the bookings? How do I get the CRM? How do I get the landing pages? How do I get the website going? You know? So congratulations on that, man. And another congratulations to figuring out all that stuff, right? I mean, you go from Afghanistan and now you're building websites, right? You're making landing pages, you're running Google ads, like you're doing all this stuff. Like your skill set now, you know what I mean? Like along this journey, right? Maybe this is not the last business you have. Maybe you start something else down the road, but guess what? How many new skills have you picked up?
Oh,
so social media, right?
Yeah.
You know how to make a landing page? Yeah. All right? Guys, check out. If you need a photo booth website, go to photoboothint.com/links. Check that out. Bunch of resources on there. We got LLC discounts. We got bank accounts. We got what else?
You've got everything.
The CRM.
The CRM is key, but the website builder. Yeah. You could build your web. I built my website with it. I built my landing pages with it. Yeah. There's literally, if you have an idea, there's something there to help you do it. And then I've reached out to the tech support if I need help. Yeah. They're really super helpful too. So
exactly,
it's nice to have everything under one roof. You don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah, you don't have to go anywhere else, guys. Don't go anywhere else. We got you right here, PBI. All right, cool. So team building questions. All right, so guys, Phillip came to this. Look, he got 4 pages. He wrote down everything, right? How much preparation would you do when you go to stuff? Ask yourself that. I'm very shocked. Congratulations for doing that, Phillip. Hey. It's very impressive. A lot of people would just show up unprepared. Alex Hamosi made that video recently about that too.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he's like he did a consultation for someone, and he spent like I think 30 minutes just reviewing that person's business before he got on a call with them, and like they were like, oh my God, no one's ever done that, So this level of preparation goes a long way. And all right, so the first question here: how do you vet new people for your business? Anyone from a potential partner to subcontractors for white labeling or booth attendants. All right, I got a good story for you on this one. So when we were growing, we wanted to, I was DJing, right? DJing and the photo booth, we used to do that package. It was like 4 hours for like $1,500. And so I wanted to stop doing the DJing. So what I did was I went, I think Thumbtack, I went on there. Now you don't have to use Thumbtack. You can go on any website, but I called up 4 DJs. I invited them to come. We had an office at the time. Maybe you don't have an office now, but just go to Starbucks or something. And you don't need an office, bro. Like keep the overhead low, okay? So what I did was I told them to come. We set an appointment with them. Hey, be here at 2:00. We want to partner with you and see how we can work together. Okay. Now, you don't want the DJs that are at the top of their game, right? You're gonna deal with the ego, this and that. We don't want that. You want someone that's like starting off, not starting off, probably been DJing for a couple of years that wants to expand their business. And so so do your research on them before, okay? And this can be applied to anything, right? Anybody any type of partners. Watch out for the ego though. So I said, hey, 2:00, let's have an appointment. I think like 3 of them showed up, right? Out of the 4. So that told us everything we need to know. So that now we're down to 3, right, candidates. Then one of them was late. Now we're down to 2 people, right? Then out of the 2 people that showed up, like one came with like papers and stuff like that. I think he was a little bit older guy. So he wasn't like up on technology and stuff like that. Oh, we got apps and stuff you can use now, you know. Then the other guy came. He had an iPad. He was dressed up in a suit, super professional. And we sat down, we talked, and he showed me. I was like, hey, what's your booking process? How many times do clients hear from you? What's your website? What's your social media? Like, you got a YouTube channel. What type of equipment you use? You know? So I'm interviewing them like that. Because obviously if we're partnering with them, your brand is on the line as well, right? Your reputation. And you want to make sure that, hey, all the reviews are good. And that way you're not, you know, spoiling your brand. So that's what we did. We were able to partner with him. And he actually ended up DJing my wedding. But what we did is we made packages. Did you tell me you did a DJ package? Or was it someone else? Okay. It may have been someone else. But you can do a package deal, DJ and photo booth. And I'm using this because that's what I have experience with. But you could essentially do this with photographers or anybody else. So let's say you want to do a DJ and photo booth package. Now for 4 hours, I'll probably do like 2,500, somewhere around there. But that's how you would do it. As far as white labeling all right, I got another story. So white labeling with subcontractors. So when we were growing real fast, we had to white label something. I called that company and I acted like a customer. I didn't tell them I was another photo booth company. I just did that the first time just to see how professional they are and everything. They're super professional. We ended up working a lot with them. But it all just comes down to their research. I mean, make sure their social media is good. Everything that you're doing for your business, they should be doing. If you go on their profile, you see they haven't posted, they haven't got reviews, they're not doing anything. You know, I went on the profile the other day. I can't remember what it was. I was looking for someone and they didn't post in over 1 year. And I was like, what's going on here? So I think that's the best way to do it.
Okay.
Any questions about that?
No, that makes sense.
Who are you working with right now that made you bring up that question?
So I've got a couple people. So I have a DJ and a 360 package person. They're another military veteran. She's active duty. That she does DJs and 360. So I work with her, and she refers to me anything that she has that are like a drop off, like digital booth or a mirror booth, anything like that. Anything that she gets. So we work with each other with that way. And sometimes they'll just book me, to work one of their events and stuff. So that's the first thing. I've got another veteran that has another photo booth company. He does it remotely. Sorry, I get so laser focused in. So I've got another veteran that I work with. He has another photo booth company. He works remotely out of Nicaragua or Argentina, one of those tropical countries. I forgot what it was.
You said Costa Rica, I think.
Costa Rica, Costa Rica. So he's got teams in DC, and he's got teams in Texas and Florida, right? And then and he just works with like attendants. There's kits in each of these cities. He has a locker, and then he gives them access to these things. And he found us based on the ads that we have put out. And because he's always looking for new people to work with. So him and I have been working. So he seems pretty legit. But what the reason why I asked that question is because I've got people, someone reached out to me because they wanted to learn about the photo booth business. They wanted to work with me, but all the questions were like, okay, well, what are you going to pay me? Like, how much are you going to pay me for this? Are you going to pay me for that? Are you going to pay me for my gas? Are you going to pay me for coming back? Like, it was never like, how are we going to service the customer? How are we going to do the event? They didn't care about the event. They just cared about getting paid.
Right.
And that to me kind of put like a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
And so I ended up just kind of leaving that person alone. And then I had another person who I actually referred to PBI because they wanted to start a photo booth business, and is super excited about the business. Wants to know every detail. He wants to know about booths. He wants to know about this and that, and is like, you know, the very last conversation is like, okay, how much are you going to compensate me? It's like everything else that we need to do for the client. That's the first conversation.
Right.
When do we need to show up? What do we need to do? You know, how long are we going to be there? And at the very last conversation is, how am I going to get compensated?
Did he buy booth yet?
I said he wasn't qualified to get a booth.
Yeah.
But now he has one.
Oh man, don't tell me that.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah, he's on it.
He's banned then.
He's on it. No, he's on it. He was so now he's going to be working for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, doing events.
All right.
But yeah, so that was my question. You know, that was why I was like, how do you go about finding good people? How do you vet people?
Gotcha. Okay. So the next one we got here, how do you fairly compensate the people who work for you? It's really just going to be a revenue percentage wise, right? So are you talking about if they do an event for you, like a subcontractor?
Yeah. So I had two basic models in mind. So like my drop off is just like a spit, like, okay, this is per event type thing.
Yeah.
And then I'm not there yet, but eventually I might have attendance.
Yeah.
You know, and that would be like a per hour type of thing.
Gotcha.
So I was like kind of curious how you did it in the past, and you know, what was your thoughts on that?
Yeah, we would just do like a split, like a 70-30 or 60-40 split, like that. That would be the easiest way to do it. Make sure they get paid after they work the event, customer is happy, and that's pretty much it. I mean, they keep 70, you keep 30, you know, or 40, depending on, you know, whatever you choose, really.
Nice.
Yeah. That's pretty much how we would do it. They go work the event. We make sure to tell them, like, do not mention your own photo booth company, or that, you know, you're subcontracting or whatever it is. Like, make sure you represent us. Give them a shirt, you know. Make sure that, because sometimes they obviously try to like bypass you. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much how we would do it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, next question here. I don't want employees at this stage because I don't feel comfortable guaranteeing payroll. Am I being short-sighted? What employees for working events or? Yeah,
so I was thinking to myself, I said, like, you know, do I want to have like a W-2 employee, like an hourly person, like, you know, I'm pay them X amount per year, blah, 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 blah. The events are coming in, but they're not like at a consistent thing. Right. It's like a, you know, it comes in waves and flows. And I didn't want to be responsible for someone's paycheck every 2 weeks.
Right.
So that's why I was like, okay, you know, I've never been, you know, I haven't hit 100,000. I haven't hit 1 million. Like, am I thinking short-sighted? Am I thinking incorrectly? Or is this where I'm supposed to be at this stage?
I don't think you need to hire someone hourly. You definitely don't need to do that. Contract basis is good. You know, you have people that you're working with now, like tenants.
Yeah, I'm starting to build a team.
Yeah. So, what are you paying them, like a flat rate or a flat rate?
So I'm paying them. So for my drop off, it's a flat rate. That's where I'm my core focus right now is the drop off booths. But there's a couple of events coming up, like in a few months, that I might need to have, you know, an attendant or somebody there to take care of it because I can't be there.
Right.
So that's where I was like, okay, well, how do I compensate?
Yeah. I mean, definitely make sure that there's enough profit for you in it. But sometimes, I mean, just see what's comfortable for them. If you do hourly, well, either way you pay, just make sure you account for, like, if they got to go pick up the equipment, because that's really when the timer starts, right? Like whenever they get to, what do you have? Is it everything at your house now? Or yeah. So they would have to come to your house, pick it up, and then go to the event, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, whatever time they come to your house till the time they come back, you know, like if you say like, oh, I'm going to pay you, you know, like $25 an hour, you know, or $100, like, oh, is it 4 hours? Like 1 hour drive time, or 2 hour drive time, then 2 hours at the event, you know, that kind of stuff. So I think just keep everybody as a contractor, you know, and that's because you're essentially they're not technically like a W-2 person that's working in the house in an office, that they're, you know, they're like contract labor because the work is sporadic.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Now, guys, this ain't legal advice. You know what I mean? Your boy's not qualified, no degree, nothing. So don't quote me on that. Go check with your local state laws, IRS, all those people. But the bottom line is I don't think you need to have a payroll person that you need to be responsible for. The key thing here, keeping the overhead low is going to be key for you. So does that answer your question?
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. I mean, that's how we did it for a long time because now we did get to a point where it like made sense to have people on quote unquote payroll, but their hours would just be whenever they worked events, you know? And so, but we also had people in the office. Like the office people would be the ones working the events. You know what I mean? So we had a staff in the office, and so that's why it made sense for us. But in the beginning, it was just like, hey, go do this event. I'll pay you $200 or $100. You know, that kind of stuff.
Makes sense.
Yeah. All right. I've been approached by two people.
Two types of people.
Two types of people.
Two types of people.
What type of person are you? Comment and let us know. Guys, real quick, make sure to check out the Photo Booth Business Club, okay? photoboothbizclub.com. $37 a month. Me and Phillip are in there. We're coaching you twice a month. You get access to every single course we've ever created. This is the best photo booth business coaching program brought to you by the best. And we're going to $1 million, and you can watch it all live behind the scenes, okay? There's stuff that we can't show publicly, but it's happening. It's happening. Get on the calls, get coached, get the right information, and grow your business and scale. Meet the right people, okay? Which people you're hanging out with, you got to get into the club. This is the club you want to be a part of. So check that out. Okay. Read that question. And
so my question is, okay, I've been approached by two types of people: people who want to work for me, but also want to start their own business, and people who know me, like friends and family and whatnot. They want to help me, but maybe earn a little side cash. Yeah. Right. So my question is, how do you use those two different types of people? And you're starting off in my position. How would you use those two types of people to help grow and scale your business?
Yeah, so the first one that want to work for you with their own photo booth.
Yeah, they want to learn from me, be mentored by me, but their goal is to eventually start their own photo booth company.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, so I like that option because it's gonna it'll allow you to scale, but it'll also they will show more ownership at the event if it's their booth, right? If they're coming and taking your booth. I mean, they don't care if it gets scratched up or banged up or they forgot to strap it or the frame got damaged, you know, or they forget the frame at the venue. You know, shout out to all those people that left your frame at the venue. You did that?
No, never. I would lose my heart.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. Somebody's taking it. So I would say that's a smart way to grow your business. Have them come to PBI. You know, we talked about that. Get their photo booth from us. And then mentor them in a way that you can benefit from it. You know, that would be, you know, what you get out of the equation, right? Because obviously it's going to take time, effort, and energy from you. But the outcome for you is that now you'll have a person who can go work events for you that you've trained with your own systems. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think I like that. You know, I kind of wish I would have done that in the beginning because you don't have to house the photo booths. You don't have to buy the photo booths. And then they go in there and they're going to show up on time because they're representing you. You know, this is more ownership on them. You go from like this employee mindset to like an ownership business owner mindset. You know what I mean? So I think that's the best way to do it. As far as the people who want to work from you, you know, side hustle, I mean, it just comes back to what we talked about earlier. Just, you know, contract with them. Okay. Make sure they're available. Using the PBI CRM. So guys, if you're not on the PBI CRM, go to crm.photoboothint.com and set that up. Talk a little bit about the CRM, man. How has it helped you a lot?
Oh my gosh, the CRM. So when all right, don't get mad, but when I first started out, like I had like a little red notebook, and that's how I kept track of all my little dates and times and
comment, don't get mad. You know, Josh be fucking blowing up.
Man, Josh is like, what? He's like, man, you know, we got CRM. So in the beginning, before I started using the CRM,
he signed up for it, but he wasn't using it.
I wasn't using it, right? Because you know, growth here.
Growth,
And so in the very beginning, I wasn't using it, and then once I realized just how powerful it was, I started using it to, and it helps me keep track of all my bookings. It tells me, okay, you've got this booking coming up next. I literally can click on a button, and it gives me a monthly calendar. It'll say, okay, hey, you're double booked for this and that.
Yeah.
So like once I noticed that, one time I was like, oh man, I got to either contact the person and say, hey, instead of, can we do this time to this time instead of the time that you originally asked for, and then negotiate. So, which is one of the things I did for an event. They wanted me from 1 to 6, but I had another event that was starting at 7.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, can we do 1 to 4?
Yeah.
And I'll give you a little discounted rate, and which they were totally fine with, and then that way I was able to do both events at that time.
Yeah.
And that I would have never noticed that if I was trying to keep all that on written on a piece of paper or in a Word document or something. Which was what I was doing in the very beginning before I started with the CRM. So.
And you got a booking without talking to anybody.
Oh yeah. I've got several, but a couple weddings, without speaking to anyone. They just came.
Passive income or what?
Oh no, it's definitely not passive.
Well, I mean, if someone goes to work it for you, then you can go to Costa Rica.
Oh yeah. If I had somebody else working, that's the goal. That's the way where we're trying to set everything up. Where literally someone could come in from the internet on one of the ads, go through the ad network, pay, sign the contract, and then that gets assigned to one of my team members.
Right.
And then they have everything they need. They show up and do the event, and it's totally hands-free for me.
Hands-free.
That's
hands-free
the goal.
photo booth business.
That's the goal.
All right, guys. So if you're missing out on that, crm.photoboothint.com. Go get it set up. Mm-hmm. The team will help you onboard as well. They will get on a Zoom call, and they'll help you onboard and get everything set up for you. It is business critical. If you take anything from this, go ahead and make sure you're setting up. Even if you're not a customer of ours, you can still get access to that. Photoboothint.com/links for the rest of the resources on there. All right, cool. How would you use these different groups to grow and scale? All right, so we covered everything on here.
Covered everything.
Any other questions regarding scaling?
No, I think that really covers everything. That's where I'm at. I've been blessed that I've gotten both groups, people are friends and family that want to help, and then through just being out in the world and socializing and networking, I've met some people who want to join into the business themselves. Yeah, and that was why I really wanted to see what your thoughts were on growing and mentoring them. Because there's so much work out there. There's no need for competition. There's no need to be like, oh, if I help another person start their business, there's gonna be less work for me. Right. It's actually the opposite. It actually frees me to be able to do other events while I'm making money at the event they're working. Exactly. And then now it's more resources. And so once I realized that, that's when I was like, okay, that's the next step.
Yeah, that's the next step, guys. All right, comment. Let us know where you're watching from. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up for today, guys. This is Photo Booth Boss, episode 6, and we'll see you on the next one. Phillip, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
We'll see you next time.